Across the board, there is some green. Nikkei is at a fresh high yet again, 1% higher on the Nikkei as we speak.
33 respondents differ with the market and the market pricing in the Fed futures market.
Things are slowing down, but clearly it's not breaking, at least not in the near term.
So this rate cut was definitely a surprise. It's probably a good step in the right direction.
But building on to our gains, the Nifty is up about 25 odd points.
It's not just that India is doing well. If you look at global markets, there's a massive repair job.
We have recorded the highest revenue, highest profitability.
I think companies which have demonstrated a profitability track record have got good growth prospects.
JP Morgan has downgraded Persistent Systems to an underweight.
Right now, the Nifty seems like it wants to make a bit of a dash towards, the levels from where we started.
So these are seriously, lower inflation numbers.
So we haven't started the booking yet for the Invicto.
लेकिन अभी मांडवी में भी जो समुद्र है उसमें करंट देखने को मिल रहा है.
It is a bit of a mixed trading session, but largely a little bit of a positive bias.
Well, that was the day so far. You're with us here on a fresh new edition of Closing Bell. We are coming to you live, as always, from the CNBC TV 18 Motilal Oswal studios. I'm Prashant, with me, my colleague Surabhi and Nigel here from the studios, and from the newsroom floor, we have Mangalam joining in as well. Guys, good afternoon. Things are looking pretty quiet, aren't they? I mean, we are actually not a repeat of yesterday. It's much quieter because if you look at where the Nifty is from the opening level, we're up just 20 points. That's it. So it's nearly a quarter percent gain on the day so far from yesterday's close, but just 20 points from the initial action, from the opening level. So it's neither here nor there. You got Bank Nifty, which is once again skirting around the 20-day moving average. It's right now trading just under the 20-day moving average. So we'll have to see if once again there is a break, there is a breach. There was one day before yesterday, but yesterday, we closed above it. Mid-cap indices, it's a little more muted. It's not, 1% like clockwork. It's more like 0.2% or so, maybe even less than that on both. Advanced decline ratio is positive, but again, nothing wild. And the big decision, of course, is from the Fed out there in the US, middle of the night for us. And, of course, expectations are that there will be a pause. And I think markets are completely positioned in that way. You look at yields, you look at the dollar, you look at markets which have rallied. There is very little room for disappointment or even surprises in that sense. And one hopes we don't get any surprises. Surabhi.
Hi, Prashant. First pause in, I think, about a year and a half, if they indeed decide to pause today,
March
right?
22 was the last one.
Okay. Yeah, so a little over a year for sure. So let's see if we get that pause or not. But what is definitely pausing is the bank side of the market. That's where the issue is. It's not a big decline or anything. But yeah, you have stocks like, Axis for now, ICICI Bank for now. They're kind of dragging their feet, keeping a lid on the gains. That index hasn't done anything throughout, as the chart pretty much indicates. And those are the constituents for you. Even IndusInd Bank, for that matter, has been down and out. Some profit-taking continues in autos as well. But the sector of the day really has to be metals, because that's been the story right from the start of the morning with this 10 basis points reverse repo rate cut coming in from China. So even now, this is the best performing part of the market, and your big names like JSW Steel, Tata Steel, right on top. Some of the consumer names are pretty interesting. Tata Consumer has been running away 5% up. I think some of the brokerages put out some commentary on the annual report. Not sure if they noticed something absolutely unusual there or not. But anyway, that's been a stunning mover, the top Nifty stock for the day. But Nigel, I guess it's individual stock action, but it's not a blowout move in the mid-cap market like Prashant was also saying, which is what we had yesterday.
I'll tell you what, we're talking about these all-time highs. It's like, these sweethearts who are dating. She has committed to him. But only thing, matter of when, because so we're heading there to those fresh all-time highs.
And not if.
Not if, correct. So we're heading out there. They have already committed to each other. So that's point number one. The second factor is, just to bring in a little bit cricket as well. Feeling good this afternoon, The star batsman is not performing. The one that got us here, the Nifty Bank. So you're having a team that's all set, it's all charged up. But when that star batsman, like in the 90s when Sachin didn't perform, or the last few years, whether it was Virat or Rohit Sharma doesn't perform. So you're feeling that the team is strong, but you need that one good knock from the star batsman. And currently the star batsman has said, no, I want to pause, which is the Nifty Bank. on a day-to-day basis, I think from the day the RBI governor delivered that hawkish comment, or it was perceived as hawkish, we hit 44,500, and from there we're struggling to get past up. I don't know whether there's a trigger in store, but we need the Nifty Bank to find its form, some form at least, and we'll be at fresh all-time highs. Mangalam, what do you think of it?
Well, Nigel, you spoke about cricket. I think the one star batsman that could perform now is Reliance. Yesterday ended at the high point of trade, and right now as well, it has moved to the high point. So if the Nifty Bank takes a backseat, maybe can Reliance do a Rinku Singh and take the Nifty to the last, bastion, a fresh record high by, doing what it does with the kind of weight that it has on the index is something we'll be watching out for. But at the same time, increasingly a lot of the good news is getting priced into the markets as well, because now 91% of the street in the US is positioned itself for a rate pause. So let's see what happens and where we go from here. The Nifty Bank, again, like Prashant said, skirting around the 20-day moving average itself. And even if the mid-cap end of things, you look at it, there are stocks which are advancing, but today the advance decline ratio is more normalized at an even keel as against the last few days, where there were way more number of stocks advancing than declining. And the quality radar in terms of stocks which have gained in the broader markets too has dropped a little bit. Case in point, something like Cravatex, which is up 14%. They sold their business to Metro, the key business, the Fila business. But despite that, we're seeing a big move on the stock. And a lot of the stocks which are buzzing around aren't the ones that, usually gain on high volumes. They are towards the fag end of an up move that we see in the small cap end of things itself. Just one thing that I'm watching out for today, it seems like someone's pressed the buy button on all Tata Group stocks, apart from Tata Chemicals, which has a fundamental, cut in soda ash prices. All the other Tata Group stocks doing extremely well, be it, Tata Consumer, Tata Steel, or another group of Tata stocks as well. Trent, again, has moved to the high point of trade. So maybe Tata Communications for second day running is doing well too.
You took the cricket example ahead. I thought you were going to tell us about, your experience in the past, maybe in college wooing someone or something, but glad you kept that out of the way. You went with the cricket, which is the safer one, I would think. Well,
always, Nigel. No wooing. I don't know what wooing is actually.
All right. Let's talk post the show. Let's